Oh, yeah.
Welcome back to Pretty Much Experts. Robert John. We got Skyler here with the big exhale.
Yeah, baby.
Big O.
First drug of the day.
And speaking of the first of the day, this is the first for months. We got Mikey in photo quality.
Yep. Just about as hungover as I've been in a long time, too. Perfect.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Yeah,
It's preaching to the choir. This is my first hangover of 2020, though.
Me too.
Because I've been drinking like pretty regularly, but last night was like drinking till 5 a.m. Threw up all over myself. It was great.
I went to bed early.
About 5 a.m. too.
Well,
I messaged you guys at 7
like
a.m.
3.
I'm heading home now.
It was like 2:30.
I should be ready for the show.
Maybe. Yeah, I don't know what time I went to bed, but it was definitely just like, I just go to bed when I'm done my beers. All the beer was gone.
Yeah.
Like, alright, I'm going to bed. Nothing for me here.
That's a good sign.
That is
I'm
a
more
good
of the like I can only keep one eye open thing.
Yeah.
Like I'm too tired and too drunk to even try to keep both eyes open anymore. Like that's it for me.
Yeah, we watched the UFC fight. I guess you watched it too, eh, Mike? Or
Yeah, it was great.
It was
I
great.
guess so. I mean, it was entertaining.
I enjoyed them.
But then it's just like the Conor McGregor fight was like a cool fucking 3.5 seconds long.
That's what you get, baby.
I know, right? But it's just like
It's
the
unpredictable.
hype that goes into this shit, and then it's just like ring the bell, and then
That's
it's
it,
like, all right,
though.
ring the bell again, ring the bell, it's over.
Prefer that,
Your boy's
though.
coming out large and in charge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Compared to like whenever it was like November, they did that BMF title.
Yeah.
Like, and that was months of like
So
hype
much
and
hype.
so much hype, and then it ends in a doctor stoppage, and it's just like so
yeah.
lackluster. Like, that's such a bummer.
That's a bummer.
Months of hype, and the doctor's just like, no, that cut, we gotta stop the fight. It's like, what? No, it's a fight. Like, they're gonna bleed. Like, this is so stupid.
Yeah.
And
So-
especially with that one, like Nate bleeds every fight excessively. So it was like he's not bleeding abnormally right now. He was
No.
fine to continue.
And like,
I mean, good call on the doctor, but
I
sucks,
guess
right?
it was a deep cut, but also like the title they made up for that night was like baddest motherfucker.
Yeah,
and
let
to
him
like
bleed
stop
out.
it on like a technicalities, like this is such a fucking lame ending.
Yeah.
You don't stop the girls from fighting when they have their period, do you?
I don't know if they
I bet
do.
you they do.
Do you think they do?
Yeah, it would attract too many bears.
Well, that's what the cage is for.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why they have the cage.
So to keep them in, it's to keep the fucking
Keep
bears,
bears
out.
out.
Yeah, that's
Bears
fair.
and the sharks.
Yeah. So like, I'll take a 40-second fight that ends in like a decisive, like, wow, he's back, he's
Yeah,
here.
He fucked him up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take that.
I mean, it was just interesting too how he managed to get the upper hand right away with the shoulders.
The
Like
shoulders
that was
were
cool.
interesting,
I'd
yeah.
never seen that.
I feel like John
using
Jones
it-
does that.
Yeah, but it would never been. I don't know. Maybe that was just a fluke that it happened like that. But it
Yeah.
seemed like that was. I'm gonna do this right away to gain the upper.
I thought
hand.
it was the like instant Superman punch that fucked.
Yeah,
the
I
guy.
thought he got him too.
like,
Yeah, I think everyone kind of thought that. It wasn't until the replay that you're like, oh, that
Yeah.
punch missed, and it was just like some shoulder fucking slaps or whatever.
Yeah, broke his nose maybe.
Yeah, oh yeah, he definitely broke his nose with that first one.
yeah.
Yeah. I just thought it was interesting. I'd seen John Jones do it in the clinch, but like never. It was almost just like the foot stomp. It
Yeah,
never went
it's just
anywhere.
like
It was just
something
something you do
To distract and annoy the guy
Yeah.
to let go, but
But
not
stomp
like.
their toes.
But
Yeah.
this seemed like, oh, I'm gonna use this as like a tactical strike. Or
I'm gonna
whatever.
try. Yeah, I'm gonna try and actually knock him out with my shoulder.
You're
Which-
allowed to do
yeah.
that. You just stop people's feet.
Yeah, you can stomp the
Yeah.
feet.
Yeah, with your
That seems-
heel
that-
stomp them right
heel
on the top
stomp.
of their foot.
Wow.
Yeah, you can
Brutal.
break a foot real easy doing that. But again, it's like no one does that to like
Break.
end a fight or break a foot. It's just like if you're holding on, just stomp their feet and the guy will let go. He's
I
like,
see.
fuck that,
Yeah,
I'm not
keep
being that
working.
close to you.
Yeah,
And yeah, so Jones does the shoulder fucking thing, but it's more like that. It's just like grappling. He doesn't want to do that anymore, so he'll just start smacking you with his arm and create
Yeah.
some space. Whereas, like, if you think about it, like the way Connor did it, like he just like bent down and came up full speed and like cracked him right.
well,
like
he
that's
had to
a
have at least
powerful.
4 inches vert just to hit him in the
Yeah.
face.
But you
'Cause
can't
there's
hit
a
him with
height
your
difference.
head, right?
No,
like, what if
there's
you
no
missed and
headbutt.
you
No.
fucking like headbutt him?
Yeah.
I guess it'd be a warning at that
You'd
point.
probably get a warning,
Yeah.
and if like worst case you knocked him out, it would be like a no contest. Like you
No
can't win
contest,
with
yeah.
illegal strike.
Yeah.
No. Or if you did it a second time and didn't knock him out, it'd just be point for the round kind of thing.
So if you hit him with an illegal punch and it knocked him out, they wouldn't stop the fight?
Contest.
No, they would stop
they
it. They'd
don't.
just call it no contest.
It doesn't count as a legal fight.
No,
legal
yeah,
punch.
no, they'd stop it, but it'd just be no contest. Or
It's
they'd
like when people, what is it, like they have 3-point contact on the ground, and if someone, like it's happened, someone's knocked someone out, they still
with
have
the
one
knee.
hand on the
Yeah.
ground.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Yeah.
kinda-
You can't do
or
that
kicking
either.
when they're on the
You
ground.
can't knee
No.
someone when they're on the ground,
Oh.
and their way to describe being on the ground is like there's 3 things touching the ground. So if
okay.
you have your hand
Like a
down,
ladder.
Yeah.
that counts as being on the ground.
Okay.
Yeah. So there's like times when people are like bent over and they put their hands down, kind of like
To
the
do it on
yoga
purpose?
pose.
Yeah.
And they'll do it on purpose. Yeah, they'll game
Yeah.
and think they're in like home
Yeah.
free territory, but then just get
Yeah.
blasted anyway.
Yeah.
Because it's like
Whoops.
you can do a lot of fucking damage and just like take it. Okay, sorry, take a point away. But that guy's basically knocked out. He's on Queer
Yeah.
Street, as they
Yeah.
say in boxing. That's not a slur. It's a term.
No.
Is that a thing?
Yeah.
Oh,
Queer
yeah.
Street?
That's
Put 'em
a
on Queer
50-year-old
Street.
thing.
It's when they walk all funny.
Can't do that.
Okay. Okay.
But yeah, so anyway, we had a bunch of the fellas over.
Yeah.
Watched the
Nice.
hockey game, watched some sports, watched some
Yeah.
UFC, and then continued to drink
Got
for
real
another 4
masculine.
hours after that, just around the table.
Yeah.
By
Ridiculous.
the end of it, you're drinking each other's piss.
Someone was
Um,
puking on themselves.
I puked on myself. I have this new thing where I'm just really into like gargling when I take shots.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's just
Why
so
would you?
because it's so macho.
Yeah. Well, also, like, have you been brushing your teeth, or is this kind of the disinfectant of choice?
It does do 2
going on?
things. Yeah.
Throw some whiskey
Trying to keep
down.
the cold away.
But yeah, doing like an early in the night, like a gargle of a shot of whiskey is cool.
Mm-hmm.
But like doing it at 4:30 in the morning when I'm already fucking so wasted,
Instant puke. That's
instant puke. Like as soon as I got it down, I'm like, that was a terrible idea.
Like that makes me kind of want to puke.
Yeah. So I like started to get up, like I got a puke, and there's just like, oh no, it's right now, and I just like puked all in my hands, shoved it back in my mouth, didn't swallow, just like walked back to the toilet, like
Oh,
with a
nice.
mouthful, like a little chipmunk.
That's hard to do. I'll give you props.
Yeah, especially at that level of like
To just like hold it and then not continue
Yep.
to puke.
my mouth is full, and then thankfully I was just sitting right at the end of the table, where it was
Oh,
like
yeah.
4 steps to the bathroom.
That's fair.
Yeah. You can turn and chuck.
But then like you come back to the table and you got like a little bit of a second wind, like it felt good.
Oh,
But
yeah.
then like
Well,
fading
it's-
again like half an hour
Oh, yeah.
later.
I
Like you're
think
just
that's-
buying a bit of time.
It's like the adrenaline kicks in when
Uh-huh.
you're fucking gagging.
I feel like I'm 10 years past it getting second winds. I don't get them anymore. You know, when I'm done, I'm done.
Yeah.
If I've drank myself over the edge, that's where I'm staying. You know,
Yeah.
like I don't come back. I don't. I mean, I'd say if it's a hard midday drink, the sun's out, you're on the water kind
Yeah.
of thing, I can come back from that, have a little nap,
Yeah.
pre-dinner nap. But like, if it's nighttime and I'm over the edge, that's it. That's where I'm staying.
Yeah.
Face down
Yeah.
in it.
And like maybe it is like the age thing talking, but like I don't know how worth it is. Like if I had to think of like how much fun did I have from 2 a.m. to 5 a.m. when I went to bed, like I don't remember anything.
Yeah.
And today was a complete write-off.
Yeah.
Like you just go to bed at 2 and
Yeah,
then
oh, yeah.
actually get up at like 9:30, 10 the next day, not 1 p.m. Yeah, it was kind of
And
stupid.
feeling like a bag of shit.
And felt like shit all day. Like I'm finally kind of alive now.
Yeah.
But yeah, it felt like an old bag of hammers all day.
See, it's
My
weird.
hangover today is not from last night. Last night I've just been tired since drinking on Friday.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
Like I was hungover Saturday and then went out last night, spent some time with a friend, and was up just late. We were just up late, and I came home super late.
Yeah.
The sun was coming up, right? Like, that's why I feel like shit.
Yeah.
Like it's so like if you have anything to do a day after a hangover, it turns into a 3-day hangover.
Right.
Yeah.
No matter how much more you drink or don't drink, you know, following.
I definitely feel like before Christmas, we had like people over and I got fucking wasted one night. And then like was hungover the whole like next day. And I feel like I made like an adult decision that it's just like I'm kind of done with the hangovers.
Uh-huh.
That it's
Yeah.
like I gotta just like maybe drink a bit more responsibly so I don't lose an entire day
Dude,
of
drink
my life.
water.
I was
saw
drinking.
you. Yeah, I saw
I
you
was
with
drinking
water.
water last
I
night.
saw you
for
with
sure.
water. It was the
One
first
for
time I've
one,
ever seen
buddy.
you do
One
that.
for one.
Oh yeah, I definitely had fucking
Yeah.
like 16 beers last night, and 8 of them were tall
Yeah.
cans. So it's like I know
Yeah.
that it's whatever. It's
You
gonna
need
happen.
to get at least 8 waters in you too.
But I'm just
you know?
saying, like, that was like before Christmas. I decided that,
Yeah.
and then this is like my first real hangover.
Yeah.
Since then, and
Yeah.
it was like, oh yeah, that's why I decided. And again, like it's not like I'm.
Dude, you know that's only been 2 weeks ago. Man.
Yeah, it was only
No.
2 weeks. 2.5 tops.
No, it was definitely before Christmas, is what I'm saying, right? Like, and there was a lot of alcohol consumed through the Christmas break.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, as you do.
That's where, like, even today's saying, like, oh, this is my first hangover of 2020. It's like, kind of impressed. Like,
yeah, it's been 19 days.
yeah, and that's, like, I drink 3-4 nights a week. Like, last week, I was, like, pretty fun week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Friday,
But just, like-
Friday was my first. I think the first time I got drunk since New Year's. Like I had a drink since, but Friday I went to like the fucking best show you can go to for rock and roll, the King Khan and Barbecue show, and it was sold out. I'd say twice over sold out. They fucking packed that place.
Right.
You know, people screaming for tickets the whole way in. It like I got there an hour and a half after the doors opened, and I still had to line up for 30 minutes
Right.
to get in. The club was fucking packed. All the other bands sucked, but it didn't matter. Like King Khan came on and fucking tore the place
Right.
up for like at least an hour
Yeah.
straight without stopping. An hour. And I actually fucking got into it with one of the bartenders there. Big surprise. I fucking roll up to the bar mid-show, you know. Like, I went in with 2 drinks. It's gone immediately. Mid-show, I'm like, I need something. The water, like, they got the water jugs at the end of the bar, like, it was all tapped out. So I just went right, like, to where he was serving and said, hey, man, can I get, like, a beer and a water? And he's like, there's a lineup. And I'm like, yeah, I see the lineup, but, like, can you just give me a water then? And then I'll go line up. He's like, get in the line. I was like, for a fucking water?
Yeah.
You kidding me? Just give me a fucking water, dude. I'm dancing here. And then he reluctantly gave me a water, and then I slammed it on the counter when I was done and went back in. Of course. I went back in. And then came out at the end, like not right at the end of the show, but like within a couple songs, you know?
Yeah.
Looking back in hindsight. But I came out, because I know they're going to close the bar before the last, like, actual song. They don't want people grabbing beers on the way out. So I'm like, fuck it, I just need something. So water or beer. So I actually line up this time. Only takes 30 seconds. I get there, and the guy's like, do you think I'm going to serve you at my bar after the shit you just pulled? And I was like, your bar? I was like, get me a beer, bitch. I'm like, I know I'm not getting a fucking drink now. Get me a fucking beer, bitch. And then he's like, who the fuck do you think you are? I was like, well, like, get me a water, bitch. Like, fuck you, man. I was like, I don't give a fuck what you're going to serve me here. Just give me something. Give me ice. I'll sip the towel. I don't give a fuck. You're the bitch here. It's not your fucking bar. Get me something. Okay? You fucking motherfucker. So then he wouldn't. So then I went literally I just fucking beelined middle of the crowd, straight across the fucking floor to the bar on the other side.
Yeah.
Went and got a drink of beer immediately. Went right back over. I drank the beer on my way back, because it took a song to get back, right there and back. Drank the beer, and when I got back to the other side, I just poured the drops out onto the bar and was like, fuck you! Fucking right back in. Like, I was proving, I was like there to make a point. Not my finest hour, but it was fun. It was fun.
No, not your finest hour, but still cool as
But
hell.
not your lowest.
Definitely not my lowest. No. I mean, I still got my glasses, all my teeth.
Did you wear your glasses to the
Boots.
show? Do you have to wear glasses?
Oh yeah, almost all the time. But I just put them in my pocket. Once I started getting real rowdy, and I actually know I was wearing my vest, but I got a inside pocket on my vest. I just stick them in there. But it was fucking fun, man. Like, I'd say, I don't know, maybe 500 people and 400. Like, it was one of these shows where it's like you go and like almost all the crowd is on the same page.
Right.
Awesome, fun. No one's there to fucking, pull any shit. We're all just having a great time.
Sounds like that
respectful
was
of one
you.
another.
Yeah, you're the one pulling shit.
Well, just with the staff. Just with the staff.
Fucking staff.
They don't want to be there.
Oh, this guy was like roided up, tattoos on his dick. You know what I mean? Like just this big, like fucking, I got something to prove, motherfucker. And it was like, you can't do anything. Like, if you hit me, you're fired, so you're not going to do that. Or, I mean, you wouldn't be working here if, you know.
Yeah.
If you weren't worried about losing your job. So, like, whatever. There's just, like, what do you do at that point? You were a dick. I was a dick.
Yeah.
You know.
Bygones be bygones.
Yeah, I probably won't ever think about it again.
No.
Till next time, buddy.
Yeah. Sounds like you were just
Fucking
in a
Nazi
you were
motherfucker.
burning bridges all week this week, were you not?
Oh yeah, quit my job. Just fucking spit and yelled and cursed my way the fuck out of there after some bullshit.
So what? Walk us through it, baby. Walk us through it.
So let's paint the picture. We don't usually like get into specifics, you know, prior.
Oh, but I don't care now.
Yeah, that's the point, though. You don't care now. Before, though, it's like I don't want to say
fuck.
where I work. I'm not gonna say the company. I don't want anyone to like get blasted. But
No, I still don't have to say the company.
No,
unless
but
it comes
like
up in my
you
fucking
were
hate
like a
speech,
mobile gas man.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, exactly.
Start there with the job description, and you've been there like
job
a year.
description.
A year,
give or take.
Yeah.
Well, I worked for another company driving too, so I think it was 9 months with this one.
Yeah.
And like 6 or whatever with the last one.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, yeah, show up, open the gate, which is always a nightmare. Get my truck, fucking open it up. There's a week's worth of sneezes all over the windshield. There's coffee, like liquid coffee, still like spilt in the cup holder.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just like no respect to these trucks. And we got like 15 trucks, and it's, you know, every single one, every week, I start my week, and the truck's a fucking pigsty, which is
this
just
from like day shift or weekend shift? Like who's fucking it up?
Both.
Yeah.
I'd say primarily day shift and part-time night guys. But, part-time night drivers every once in a while. So yeah, it's the day shift guys, because we alternate, kind of the trucks alternate weeks. So like, number 12 will work this week days. The one day guy will have it most of the week, if not all the week. And then now that truck 12, the next week will be working nights with one of these night guys, usually all week. But sometimes you get 2 or 3 trucks a week, depending, you know, on maintenance and fucking, you know, if something goes wrong. Like there's a lot of minor maintenance issues on a nightly basis with the equipment that we use.
Yeah.
Constantly fucking resetting stoppers and opening valves and bleeding off the filter and shit. But either way, so basically get to work, make sure the truck's in order. It never is. There's always some bullshit. And then at this point, I've either most nights I'm either getting yelled at by the security guard for the gate being open or closed. Like, you can never win. I've been yelled at for the gate being locked.
Like, isn't that his job to just be the fucking gate bitch?
That's what I tell him. What are you doing? If you're just sitting there watching the gate, then do your job and open it or close it as you need. It's not my responsibility to assume that you need it a certain way.
Just don't fucking do anything anyways.
Security is so useless.
They have no real job.
Oh, they're the biggest bitch in the job world.
Yeah.
They're such a bitch. They got no fucking power.
Yeah.
I can call 911, motherfucker, okay? I can call the local police. Like, I got the same privileges on my phone.
Yeah.
The only difference is you're dressed like an idiot.
Yeah.
Dressed like a fucking cop.
Dressed like a banana cup. Shiny motherfucker.
So this guy greets your day every day with a hassle.
Oh, every day. I'd say if it's not, it's usually me and like a co-working friend of mine, Jaleel, and we're like the two guys out like that. We'll pull our trucks out if we don't have to fill them at the start of the shift, which is a whole thing. I'm not going to get into that, but if we don't have to fill our trucks and all we got to do is pre-trip and leave, like we'll pull right out to the gate. And if we show up and the gate's open, we'll leave the gate open, lock our personal vehicles, get our trucks, pull them up front, and do our pre-trip there with the gate open. We know no one's coming and going. Like, there's only one guy that leaves after us, and it seems random. And then that's it. No one's in or out except for us until the end of the night. So we can leave the gate open. And it's like, or even if we lock it, if we show up and it's locked and we lock it and do our thing, it's like the guy will come out and just like, I'd say 4 out of 5 days he's yelling at one of us. And we end up yelling back. Like, there's nothing you can do.
Yeah.
Right? Like, it gets pretty aggressive sometimes, but it's just an annoyance. It's never gotten back to the boss or anything. Like, we've had meetings about the gate and the issues with the security guard and the complaints and stuff, but it's never been like, you know, directed at anybody because he knows it's bullshit. Our boss knew it was bullshit.
Yeah.
Right.
So anyways, get in my truck, fill it up, it's full of gas, whatever. Go out and service fleet customers, so like, you know, local businesses have more than a handful of vehicles.
Yeah.
Right? They'll call and...
So what does the day shift do? Because I feel like that job is like perfect for nights. Like the roads are quiet,
it is.
The cars are
after
parked.
a certain point. Yeah, totally. It is. It's a great night job.
Yeah,
and like that was the incentive. Really, it was going to be easy going. I thought, trouble free, paid all right, and there's like, you know, nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with freedom.
Yeah,
you know, it seemed like that at first.
So
but
King.
day shift, they focus. Yeah, they focus on. They do like more like car lots. They have contracts with like local dealerships and shit, right? So all their showroom cars need to be filled after test drives and stuff.
Yeah.
So they'll have a lot, or like there'll be an auxiliary lot of vehicles that are being sold or being brought in to be sold, right? And these vehicles move around a bunch, and they need like a quarter tank, half a tank. So our guys will go and just service all these car lots for a specific dealership group. I just don't want to say it, right? It's like a big thing in Vancouver. But basically, they'll go to the auto mall, and if you know anything about the auto mall, you know, they're servicing all the vehicles there.
Toyota.
So they do fine in the days.
Loud and
clear. But at night, loud and clear. Yeah, it's those motherfuckers. But all the contracts that we had at night are dropping off slowly week by week.
Yeah.
Like, for no reason, just like maybe poor customer service. I don't know, but like we don't service customers in that regard. Like we show up, we either fill or don't fill depending on how the vehicle's left and the signals that we're looking for, and coordinating with dispatch, we'll fill and we won't fill, and then that's it. That's our job. We never see anybody. Like very rarely. I'd say maybe 1 out of 50 vehicles that I service the customer or owner of the company or whatever will be there, because we also do car share, and the car share is parked all around the city.
Yeah,
there was 2 car share companies here, and we service both of them.
Wow. Yeah, because you guys don't have Uber, right? So that's like your alternative to Uber.
We just got it. Got
nice.
it. Lyft and Uber came in, yeah.
Congratulations.
So one of the thank you. Thank you. It's a big accomplishment.
Your new job.
Yeah, there you go. There's your new job.
Fuck that.
Take them in your
van.
van.
I'm better than that shit. These
That's
puppies gotta play, man. I got, you know, mine's gotta work. This job was mindless, and like that was, and like I'm not hard up. I'm not fucking living paycheck to paycheck. Like I'm comfortable, and I've just been taking too much shit with this fucking job. Yeah. So basically, like, boy, we could go back and talk about the company, but fuck them.
Yeah, fuck them.
Cucks.
Fuck them. I've been doing burnouts in their trucks all fucking winter. I've been smoking weed on the job because I'm fucking frustrated with their bullshit. Like, fuck them, man. I used that place. I used it. And they poked me way too many times, you know, being at that job. They refused to listen to, like, basic needs of the drivers. They refused to fucking acknowledge any of the shortcomings of the company or the equipment. We're put in dangerous situations all the time. No fucking respect for the drivers. And, like, in their credit, they never gave us a quota. It was always do what you can. And, like, that was the reason I stuck it out so long. There was no stress to perform. It was just do what you can, right?
Yeah.
But, you know, they abused us, and they treat us like shit, and working all winter without proper PPE, like no gloves. Like, I had to go buy my own fucking gloves because the company refused to provide appropriate handwear. But anyways, we got the worst snow we've gotten in all year, right? Like, the first bit of snow that hit Vancouver was last Sunday, or Saturday or something, right? And I'm off. And I wake up Monday afternoon to go in for Monday night for my Monday shift. Yeah. And I get a message from my boss that says, like, shifts are canceled. They get too much snow. So this is before I even get out of the van. So I get out of the van. It's like, there's one knuckle deep snow on the ground. Man, like, I could, and that was it. Yeah. Like, I'd clear the snow off the street. Like, it was a dusting at best. So I'm like, whatever, night off, woo. I fucking made myself a steak. You know, it was a balmy -2. Yeah. Made a nice steak outside, some potatoes. Me and the dog hung. He fucking loves the snow. We played outside in the snow. It was a great night. I wake up Tuesday morning. Same thing. Fucking work's canceled. Too much snow. I go out. Snow's ankle deep. Okay, buddy. Good call. Good call. Take another night. You know, I could eat another steak, make another Caesar salad. Like, I'm good for that. You know.
Yeah.
Plus, I got podcast and shit to catch up on, which I didn't do, but we'll talk about that later. Yeah, and then Wednesday, same thing. Wake up, shift's canceled. Okay, whatever. Fuck.
Another
This
day
is
off.
getting a little out of hand, but okay. Yeah. Thursday, I wake up, nothing on my phone. I let the dog out. We're outside. I'm having my smoke, and it's like pretty significant. Like the snowfall over the night. It's still snowing. The roads are fucking now packed with ice and snow.
Yeah.
And no one's prepared for it. The company has all-season tires. There's no snow tires on the truck.
Yeah.
They're two-wheel drive trucks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of weight in the back. Like, you're not going off the fucking road or anything, but, you know, I get calling the shift off tonight, but he didn't. So I messaged him. He didn't message me, so I called him. I said, "Are we on for tonight?" He said, "Yeah, we're on for tonight." And I was like, "Okay." He's like, "Check your email soon. Like, I'll have your truck assignment and everything there." I was like, "Okay." So I'm leaving for work. And I see that I'm scheduled in a truck that I've driven probably 2 to 3 times. Different make and model truck, right? It's a totally different setup. It's a different, like everything's different.
Yeah.
Driving the truck's different. The console's different. The mirrors are different. The back of the truck and how it's set up, the pumping system and tanks are all it's different. Everything's different. All the components. So now it's the worst weather we've had all year. He scheduled me in this truck for no reason. So I'm like kind of pissed. So I message him and say, "Hey, if I'm coming in tonight, the worst snow we fucking seen, I'm not driving truck 5. I'm not driving it."
Yeah.
Like I've driven it 3 times in 9 months or whatever, right?
Yeah. What's the problem
not doing
with
it.
truck
We're
5?
used to this It's a Ford.
Oh.
It's the Ford. All the other trucks we drive are Chevy and GM, so they're exactly the same.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's literally 2 Ford trucks, and they're shorter so that we can go into underground parkings and stuff if we need to.
Right.
But sometimes they just throw them on the road just to get like kind of use out of the truck.
Yeah.
Just to keep the truck, you know, operating and being like kind of maintained. Because we're all responsible for that, and even though no one fucking does it, like just making a check. Like we have pre and post trips for a reason, so shit doesn't fucking fall apart.
Right.
And the next driver's left with dealing with your sloppy ass shit. So
Yeah.
either way, he puts me in truck 5. I'm like, I'm not doing it. No one drives truck 5, and when they do, they don't give a fuck about it. Everyone fucking hates it, and I've only driven it 3 times, and it's the worst weather. So I'm like, if there's another truck, put me in that, please and thanks, right?
Yeah.
You know, I was pissed off, but then he came back, like, yeah, sure, no problem. So I fucking go in, and he's been at the yard a little more recently, which was nice, so I can complain to him in person about shit. But all on deaf ears every time, just deaf ears. I got shit to do, sorry, I gotta take this call, blah blah blah. Like, fuck you, man. So I show up and he calls me in. Like I get my truck warmed up, started, and he calls me in. I go into his bullshit office, and which out of context, it seems weird, but like I've worked there 9 months. He got an office 2 weeks ago, and we haven't had a bathroom for 9 months. We've been using a porta potty. We haven't had a sink. We've been using a water cooler. Like it's like third world working conditions. Wow. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there's no shelter. You get there, you're in the rain if it's raining. If it's burning hot sun, you're in the sun. There's no shade. Like it's just third world bullshit.
It's just a parking lot? Like that's it?
Yeah, it's a big parking lot with 2 giant tanks.
Okay.
That's it. No fucking lean-tos, no storage rooms, no fucking nothing. There's one little loading dock where the water cooler and the porta potty is, and you can get a little bit of shade or a little bit out of the rain if you huddle up right up against the wall kind of thing.
So
right?
what does the security guard sit on? Just like in a chair in the open?
He sits in his building at like the front of the yard.
Okay, so
because it's a refinery. It's at the refinery. Like we're the first like yard space in like a fucking 10 square kilometer refinery.
Okay.
Like a massive, the oldest one in all of Canada. I can't remember what it used to be called, but
Wow, that's cool.
yeah, the oldest fucking oil refinery in all of Canada. So it's pretty neat. It's right on the fucking bay, beautiful. Like you're up high when you come in. Like our yard was up high, so you can see like the entire bay, just beautiful backdrop, mountain range, like just gorgeous view. Cool. Unbelievable. Like 360 or like 180 panoramic view of this like cove, mountains.
Right.
Really nice show up there on a blue sunny day. But you can get that view from anywhere, right? It's just nice just pulling into work with that view. But anyways, I fucking show up, I go in his office. He's like, so all these canceled shifts this week, we're going to need to make up some numbers. And I'm expecting him to say, like maybe work an hour extra tonight or the next couple shifts, right? Everyone will work an hour extra if they want. It's usually it's not mandatory. It's usually like voluntary when he says this kind of shit. So that's what I was expecting because, we had 4 canceled nights, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know what they did with the days, but like they're behind on a bunch of numbers. I get it. He's like, so I know you got tomorrow off, and this is Thursday, and I booked a vacation day to go to the King Kong barbecue show on Friday night. So I booked that off, and I have my regular Saturday, Sunday off. And he's like, so I'm going to need you to come in tomorrow. And I just like, what you give him the face, like, okay.
Yeah.
And I'm actually going to need you to work through the weekend and work your next week. He's like, I can give you a midday week off, like paid week. Or you can take your vacation midweek just to break up the week. But he's like, I'm going to need like the Friday, Saturday, Sunday all the way through next week to your weekend. I was like, no, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, we need this and that. And he's like, there's numbers and there's people and this and that. And I was like, Dustin, I don't fucking care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm not doing that. I got plans this weekend. I made up some bullshit. I was like, I'm going to a show and I'm leaving town. Like, I got friends or whatever I said. I'm just like, no. I took this vacation day a month in advance because I knew I'd need this extra day this weekend. I'm gone, dude.
Yeah.
He's like, well, what can I do? It's like, my hands are tied. It's like, I don't care. I don't care. I'm not coming in. Yeah. And like, that was it. And he's like, listen, he looked at me real, like right dead in the eyes. He said, there's no option here, Mike. And I said, sure there is. You can go fuck yourself. And it's like, and another thing. How about this? How about this, motherfucker? How about your bitch ass lead driver taking no fucking responsibility for any of the driver's needs or concerns, being a company man, just collecting his fucking paycheck, going home to his bitch ass family, being a fucking bitch there too, getting pegged every fucking night. Like, like fuck him, fuck you, fuck this shit, fuck the security guard in the fucking gate.
He's just spitting all over his new office.
Oh, fucking spit all over the wall, over the door, the fucking window on the way out. Fuck it. Doing that. Not even nothing coming out of my mouth.
Just dry spit.
You fucking know. Yeah, just dry spitting at him. I wet spitted a bunch too, but it was kind of like in the moment. Like I wasn't spitting. I was just like verbally,
Yeah, letting him know that.
With a few loogies off to the side. Like I wasn't trying to catch a fucking hate crime or biological war crime or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just let him know you really don't want to work on Friday.
I wanted him to know that I had no respect for him, his lead driver, the company, their ethics, how they fucking treat us. None of it. They're a bullshit company. They're just rich people getting richer. They're from Silicon Valley, and they fucking had all these investors invest in the outfit, the fleet, and invested nothing in infrastructure, nothing in drivers at all. The training was a fucking joke. I worked 3 days with guys who had less than one guy that worked there a year, and the other 2 guys had less than a month's worth of experience.
Right.
Wow. And they're
training me on the shortcomings and all the ins and outs of the company policy. No, none of that. Nothing. We didn't get told how much vacation, and they refused to answer emails about any of this shit too. They didn't tell us how much vacation days we get. They were really fucking kind of shady about that. They fucked us over with the holidays by only telling us 2 weeks out that we were going to have specific days off on top of our regular scheduled days off. Yeah. And we, without enough time to book reasonable vacation to kind of make extra long weekends and shit.
Right.
They fucked us there. And then every email to the top, like, or anything that's like accounting related, fucking paycheck related, time off related, it takes weeks, literally weeks, to get the right person and there's like only 5 people.
Yeah.
Like it's all bullshit. The company's they're a shill, man. They're gonna get what's coming to them. It's not gonna be from me. This isn't a threat. Although I did abuse the shit out of their trucks, and I would love to still be doing that on a nightly basis. It felt good because I had no respect. I had like 0, like I'd say month 2 out of 9. My respect level went from 75, 80 down to a cool 50 at best. At best 50, and like the 50 was like mostly for the dispatch that I was working with because they were all rad, and for the most part they were pretty rad. And they understand like all the bullshit because they're hearing our bullshit all night about shit happens. Shit happens on the road all night. People threaten you. People try to fight you. People yell at you. People give you their opinion like you fucking care. Hey, you're parked in the middle of the street. Yeah, buddy, this is my job. I'm parked in the middle of the road, and you're walking. So like, just walk on.
Yeah.
Motherfucker.
Oh, fuck.
So this piece of shit, Dustin.
Yeah,
wants you to work all weekend to make up for him closing shop 3 days because the roads are so bad.
4 days, but three days of my work
sure.
week.
Yeah.
But just walk me through this rationale. Your job is to fill cars up with gas.
Yeah.
And you're not working because the roads are too bad and it's not safe to drive.
Yeah.
So what fucking cars are out of gas that you need to work all weekend for?
You'd wonder.
Fuck off, Dustin.
Yeah, fucking suck my dick.
So what was he doing? What was he saying when you were just cussing him out and spitting all over his...
He was combing his beard, smirking at me. He doesn't give a fuck because he's a little fucking reptile weasel motherfucker.
Yeah.
And he had speaker conference call on with this guy two guys from Portland. One of them runs our dispatch team, and one of them runs, because this was after I told him to go fuck himself.
Yeah.
I was like, you can go fuck yourself, and started getting into it. He called up this guy. I don't want to say his name.
Just for a witness kind of thing?
Yeah, exactly. Because basically, I was handed me. I was giving him my walking papers to hand me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm full blown quitting right now. There's no way around it. There's no coming back. So he dialed up these people on this conference call, and they're like, "Hello," and I'm mid and another fucking thing, fucking gloves. I was like, and I can't get a fucking answer out of this person. I was like, you should be ashamed. I should all be a fucking shame. You know?
Yeah.
Fucking leeching off of us, motherfuckers, giving us nothing. You know?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Bare minimum, okay? I overreacted, but it was months of frustration and just unanswered everything. The company just took no responsibility for anything. They gave us no answers about anything. And even the prospect of having this job in a year was cut severely. When we lost a huge contract for the end of February.
Yeah.
That's 50% of my fucking night on any given night is working for this one company, and it's gone at the end of February.
Yeah.
So it's and they just said, oh, it's fine. Here's a Tim Hortons gift card, you know, about it. Here's a fucking couple of cold coffees that we're going to leave out for you on this fucking bullshit table that we made because we don't have a fucking lunchroom.
Yeah.
You know, it's they gave no shit, and they're investing no money into it. Everyone who's in any position of power is just lining their pockets right now. They're cramming as much money in their pockets as they can so that when the company goes under, that they're not left completely fucked. And I can see it. I can see it coming a mile away. No one's got confidence in this fucking sinking ship. So it's and I've been looking for work. You guys know, and my other friends know. I've been looking for other service work where I can actually use my technical ability and stuff, what my aptitude, what I'm actually good at, and what I actually enjoy doing. It's it's now or fucking never, and it's not with this bullshit ass company, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
So I mean, I was already fucking mentally checked out.
Did Dustin suck your dick on the conference call?
No, he didn't suck my dick. Imagine that. Imagine if I had made him suck my dick like that kid at the Olive. Imagine that, eh? See, the thing is, I probably would have went to jail if I made Dustin suck my dick like that, but...
Yeah.
I think, honestly, now looking back, I never thought of it this way. He might have called them for, witnesses. Like you said, witnesses. This could get out of hand. Because I was being, hyper-aggressive. But I wasn't being, just verbally, though, not physically.
Yeah. But
I mean,
the same way you treat a bartender at a concert you really wanted to go to.
Fuck off. That was the end of the night. End of the night. What do you expect? Come on.
Oh well, it's just a job.
I'm not being a doormat for anybody, you know? Not for any real length. I've done it for months at a time. I've probably done it for years at a time if you want to look real hard at it, but I'm not willing to do that. And some of the reason for living in the van is I have the freedom to just say fuck you to whoever I want.
Right.
I'm responsible for myself and my own shit. I'm comfortable right now. I'm perfectly set up, you know? I aspire to have other things. I want other things, and I'm working and being proactive so I can achieve that shit. But at the same time, it's I'm not not going to take anyone's shit for any real length of time.
No.
Once it starts spoiling my life, like you wake up rotten and sour, I'm fucking out. I'm out. Whether it be friends, relationships, family, career, I don't give a fuck. If I'm waking up to that, I'm out. And like, I don't want to segue into some of our personal conversations, but you guys know without me saying it. Like, that's some of the reason why, we had that talk yesterday.
Yeah, totally.
And it's just because it's not that bad. It's not to that extent. And I'm not trying to, it's not a dig or anything. It's just, once you hit that mark, it's like you can't turn back. My last fucking 3 or 4 jobs have all been real good career jobs. This one, not so much, but it could have been, right? Like, if I had less going on for me, this could have been a career job kind of thing, right? Yeah. Like if I was older and this job came around, I'd probably just keep it forever.
Right.
Because it was easy, right?
Yeah.
I just take the shit and go to work every day and just collect my paycheck. Paid all right. It was easy job. But I want to do other things, so I don't care. But it's like, it's just once you've hit that fucking place, you can't go back. You can't go back.
Well, I feel like it's pretty bold on your boss's part to take away one of your vacation day the day before your vacation day.
Literally going into it. Yeah.
Like, he doesn't know that you have nothing planned and you're just chilling in your van getting hyped for King Kong, in the barbecue.
Yeah, totally.
What if you had
plane ticket
or a hotel rented? Right. You know what I mean? It's shit like that where it's no, I'm too deep in this right now. If you give me 2 weeks before, right? This is why I gave you as much notice. So when shit like this happens, it's not a Now I don't know what the laws are in BC, but I'm pretty sure that in Ontario, your employer has to give you 48 hours notice before he changes your schedule. And it's totally...
If it's a permanent or fixed
they can
schedule,
ask.
Right?
They can ask, but you can't force someone to come in tomorrow.
No, and it's even
It depends, though. If you sign a contract when you start with a company that says it's a rotating or whatever kind of schedule, they do have the right, different rights. But with my schedule, it was a set, you're
working
9
Monday
to 5,
Friday,
let's say. Yeah, Monday to Friday. So it's you can't just pull that shit. There is a time frame.
I don't even think in Ontario you're allowed to ask people really to work overtime that night. You can.
You can ask.
And you can ask and they can do it.
But it's totally elective.
But
it's voluntary.
If you ask and they say no, you're not allowed to
write them up. Having no.
You can't hold it against them.
Yeah.
No.
And then again too, the whole if they're changing your schedule, they have to give you 48 hours notice. They can switch you from a day shift to an afternoon shift without they have the right to move you around like that.
But with appropriate amount of time.
Yeah, exactly. It's not you're working tonight.
No, this was far beyond the tolerances of being acceptable legally, but just morally. It's like you said, I've given you a month notice.
Yeah.
You don't respect me or anything about this situation because you're telling me now after you've chosen to cancel these shifts because there's been fucking knuckle deep snow, you little bitch.
Well, it makes me I'm just
fucking chose to cancel this shit, and now I'm out the plans that I've fucking made.
Yeah.
Fuck yourself.
Now
Fuck
I just
you.
I don't know what you
fucking
call this,
cuck,
but it's just
motherfucker.
What was he doing while he was canceling these shifts? Not that it's really matters, but it is did you cancel those shifts?
We got video this week, right?
Yeah.
We got video this week?
Yeah.
I see it. Yeah. Just not your dick.
That's what he's doing.
Yeah.
Well, he's just some Portland fucking Yankee cuck that doesn't know how to drive in the snow. Doesn't think that anyone can, so we're gonna shut her down. But it's you can drive slowly.
Well, I mean, BC, they're pretty cucky out there.
I like that.
You fucking Vancouver cucks don't know how to handle snow anyways.
But he grew up in Ontario, though. You would have been fine.
Dude.
Oh, yeah, no.
Dude, I'm fine.
Yeah.
I'm totally fine. That's why I'm calling him a cuck bitch and a Yankee cuck now. Because, I was totally fine. Yeah. I drove my personal vehicle, which is a total fucking piece of shit. Yeah. And it's got bald-ass fucking all-season tires on the front of it.
Yeah.
Which is unnecessary. I should invest in tires. But I still drove it all fucking week.
Yeah.
In that snow, you cuck bitch.
Yeah. It, like,
but I mean, I get it. He's responsible, whatever. I wasn't complaining when I had the nights off, right? Like, I mean, it sucks that, like, now I'm fucking responsible, you know, in any way for making up lost time. And go fuck yourself, buddy.
Right.
It's not worth it to me. And, like, I was kind of segueing into it before, like the last handful of jobs I've had have been decent, and I've chosen to leave them. Or kind of been forced out in one case, but I had chosen to leave them all, pretty much all for the same reason. Like, I've chosen life over work. It's always a show, more or less. It's more or less a show or a vacation or like a real celebration of like the shit I give a fuck about. That you're impeding me from. It's like I've tried to give you proper notice, or I did give you proper notice, or I'm fed up with this position. You're telling me I can't. Like, it's always the same bullshit. It's the same reason I walk out of these fucking jobs and end up yelling and burning my bridges and shit. It's like I'm trying to care more about my personal life because it's hard. Like, I mean, it's just hard. Like, I'm not super social, even though I do interact well. I fucking generally hate people. Like, it takes effort for me to get out of my shell and go and do things. Like, I'm trying my fucking hardest for the last 20 years to just, like, have a life. To give a shit about things, experience things. And it's like, I'm not willing to sacrifice that for anything. I'm just not. Like, I'm number one here, okay? I mean, shoot, he's a close second. And, like, when there's a woman in my life or, you know, if there's shit going on with family, and you guys are all close seconds. But it's still me. It's just me. At the end of the day, if you're gone, it's still just me. And when I'm gone, it'll still be just you. So, it's like, that's how I'm living. And I'm just like, I'm not fucking wavering. I'm not. I'll settle for things for a period of time, but I'm just fucking, I'm at that age too now where it's like, it's now or never on a lot of things. So it's like, I'm okay with some of those things being never, but I'm also not going to sacrifice my life just to have it now.
Oh yeah. And like, I don't know, I feel like I have the same, like I've been at my job for like 14 years and I'm definitely, you know, it's just like, but it's just that, like, it's just a job to me.
But you've been through the fire. Like, you don't, like, there's no feelings over it anymore.
No.
I'm sure.
And
not, like, you know, not really.
No.
It can't be.
And it's not, like, I like my job. It's a decent job, and it pays my bills. But it's, like, you know, trying to get me to be there longer than the 8 hours that I'm there is, like, pulling teeth. Like, it's not fucking happening. You know what I mean? It's
at
like...
At that point, yeah.
Like, I remember...
You pretty much own the company for 14 years.
Yeah, that's true,
Like, that's your company now.
Yeah. But like a couple months back, they wanted us to start like an afternoon shift, and like obviously because I've been there like the longest, they want me to be the like, you know, supervisor of said afternoon shift.
Yeah, lead hand kind of
thing. Like I straight up told them, I was like, guys, like this to me, like you giving me the supervisor job of an afternoon shift, like isn't like a promotion to me. Like this is not.
This
like,
ruins my life.
Yeah, like I basically told him, I was like, I'm like thanks, but it's like I'm not available after 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
Like that's when I go home and hang out with my wife, basically. You know what I mean? Like
your full male roommate. We know.
Yeah, my full Kevin. So like.
Yeah, I'm not gonna not see that person all week.
And like I traveled to Orangeville for my job, and before that we were in Georgetown, so it's like a 40-minute commute. That it's like if I had to work afternoons, I would do it, but I would also maybe try to do that in Guelph.
Yeah,
like I'm not traveling an hour every day to do something I don't want to do during a time that I don't want to do it. You know, like you got me from 8 till 5.
And like something that I don't know how much you've acknowledged this about yourself, but just like having that ability, like God forbid you ever feel the urge to leave. Or you need to, or something goes on with the company, or your living situation, or whatever, and you're getting other work like that, like you'll find something, dude. There's $25 an hour jobs out there by the million.
Oh yeah,
and especially for someone who's willing to learn a skill set and stick with the job and become an integral part of a company.
Oh
like, you're in demand, so like this. If afternoon shift was like your only option, they're like, oh, we're actually getting rid of the day shift and only, it's like, well then I'm gonna go find another fucking job.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, you'd be fine.
Yeah.
You'd be fine.
Like we just have this perfect like song and dance where it's like, you like it because I come to work every day and work. And I like you because you pay for my beer and my dope.
Yeah.
You guys are both old reliable.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Like, we both get out of each other what we want. And, like, once that job doesn't give me what I want anymore, then, like, of course I would leave it. Like, and...
Well, here's the thing, though. One big thing that I've been lacking a lot, I'd say 50% of my employment, is they value you in some way.
Yeah,
they must.
They do.
They probably actively value you more than, like I said, 50% of the jobs at least that I've ever worked.
Yeah.
Where like there's no acknowledgement of,
Yeah.
the level
but
of.
That also comes from like, I don't know how many people are at your
reliability.
workplace, but like my workplace is like, up until like last year, there was only like 3 of us that really worked there full time. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah,
so
well,
it's like.
Yeah.
I get why there's that level of that. Like, I don't, like, I feel like I'm, like, this cocky piece of shit, like, cock of the walk, you know? But it is just, like, oh, yeah, like, I am, like, the big fish in this, like, really small pond of workplace that I'm at. And the perks are fucking sick of that, you know what I mean? Like, I remember, like, they used to let me leave, like, early every Friday. And then, like, this new kid started. And the only reason why I stopped going home early was because this kid would always try to leave with me. And it was just like, dude, like, you've been here for, like, 3 weeks. Yeah. Like, and, and it's like, well, like, why do you get to leave early and I don't? And it's like, again, like, you've been here 3 weeks, dude.
Perks,
like,
baby.
Perks. Yeah.
And, like, how early are you talking? Like, 20 minutes? Or?
Yeah, like a half hour, right? Like, Friday night, I'd leave at 4:30.
Yeah.
Instead of staying till 5. Like, trucks are done. Nobody's coming anymore. You're right. And if there was trucks to stay, like, gonna be there, I would stay. But if it was, everyone's just going through the motions, like, fuck it. Like, I'll go home. I don't care.
Yeah.
And they didn't care either. And then, eventually it was just like, everybody asked me all the time, like, well, why do you get to leave and I don't? And it's like, well, I don't know. Go fucking ask somebody else that, like, makes those decisions.
Yeah.
Like,
figure out your life.
Yeah. Sorry.
Figure out your own shit.
Yeah. But even that afternoon shift, like, I reluctantly, it was like 1 day a week for like 4 months. Everybody, you had like a team, like, would stay late one night, and it's like, okay, like, I can sign up for that, like, no big deal. But also, it's like, once the summertime comes, like, I'm not doing this anymore. Like,
you got baseball.
Yeah, I got baseball. I have a fucking life. Like,
oh, could you imagine afternoon shifts all summer if, like,
no.
Like, well, for you, I'm saying, because, like, you work days. You're off at a certain time. Your life after that is, like, set, kind of. Like, you know what you're getting into. You've been doing it for long enough. But it's like, and then all of a sudden it's just afternoons. It's like, well, all of the shit that I value in my personal time's gone.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, it's just,
See, and, like, obviously there would be...
And also, like, I've been working weird jobs the last 4 or 5 years, too, where it's, and, like, going to school and stuff, where it's like, school wasn't too bad, but with working weird jobs and, like, on call and nights and all these weird hours, it's like, it's hard to have a social life outside of it. Like, it takes effort. And, like, it takes real effort. And even just, like, dating people, like, it generally goes pretty well, but it's like, we both know that there's a limit to this, so it never gets to that place. I mean, like, there's no fairness, a lot of time we don't, like, personally, I don't want it to, like, get to that place, but there's been times where it's like I could see it going there, but scheduling, it's just too hard. Like, okay, we see each other once a week, but that's not enough to, like,
that's even
fall
like
in love with somebody. Let's be real.
I remember telling my boss,
barely fall in like with them.
Like, me and my supervisor are like buds, right? Like, so as much as there is those, like, you have to have these shitty, like, work talks, like, when they're done, it's like we do just talk to each other like we're human beings after, right? Like. And I remember telling him, I was just like, I'm not saying that this would happen, but, like, if I worked afternoons, I would definitely break up with my roommate. Like, there's no reason for me to be dating somebody if I'm going to be living this, like, I shouldn't say like that, but it's like,
half-life.
Yeah, or it's like I would have to find somebody that would be working the same hours as me. Like, I'm not living a life where, like, I see her in the morning and kiss her goodbye while she goes to work and I come home and go to bed kind of thing. Yeah. You know?
And see you on Saturday.
Yeah.
Where my sleep schedule's all fucked anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, like, even again, like, because I do the days, like, when I was doing those, like, afternoon shifts, it's not like I changed my sleep patterns, right? Like, I would still get up at, like, 8 in the morning. I might sleep in a bit, but I would be up at, like, 8 or 9 and, like, you know, and then I would work and then go to work at like 1 or 2 in the afternoon. And it was just like, it sucked because it's like, okay, like I can't really do anything because I know I have to go to work in like 4 hours.
Yeah.
And when you're home, like that's a weird thing about working.
Yeah, and then when I'm done working,
because when you're home,
I just go right to bed.
And you're just tired.
Yeah,
you're just tired as shit. Yeah, so you lose a whole evening and get nothing out of the morning.
Obviously, like you're like what you do, right? Like you would get up at like 5 in the afternoon or whatever and would go to work. Yeah. Like I totally understand that, but it's just like I don't want to do that. I like seeing the sun.
No, it actually does fucking blow, dude. When like working with the railroad for almost 2 years there, like, I mean, once I got out of Winnipeg and was back in Smithers, like I would get 2 hours, like literally, like you could even shorten it, but like the longest amount of time you can put in for a call is 2 hours.
Yeah.
So I would literally get the call while I was in bed. Hopefully I'd gotten more than 3 or 4 hours sleep, you know?
Yeah.
I'd get the call in bed. You got 2 hours to get to the station. Like, here's all your train information. This is the train. This is the time. This is your engineer.
Yeah.
You get that phone call, automated phone call, and I'd have 2 hours to get up. My bags are already packed because I was always in a constant state of like being ready.
Yeah.
Right? I already have lunch packed usually, or some shit I can grab quick, and I'll sleep in for like another half hour, get up, put some water on my face, usually bring the dog to my friend's house where she would watch them. Or if I didn't have time, I'd just message, say, hey, I took Chooch out at this time, like doors unlocked. You know, if you grab them, like, you know, anytime before this time tomorrow, whatever kind of thing. That was my life.
Yeah.
For fucking year and a half at least. You know,
like
after
that
training,
job, though.
like, I did. I liked the job. It was just like, it was that exactly.
Yeah.
It was like your entire life exists for working for this company.
When you're at the job, it's fine, but it's like when you're at home and your bags are constantly packed. Like, how do you have a beer? You know what I mean? Like,
you know what? It's honestly, that job's great for towny people. And that's fine. Yeah. And like I'm actually looking at hiring on with another railroad company in a different position right now, like in a technical position.
Yeah.
But it's a towny job. Like if you just want to like live in the town and have a mortgage, and that's fine. And I will get there eventually. Yeah. Like I do aspire to have these things too. But like it's fine for you then.
Yeah.
Because if you work there long enough and you get in at the right time. I actually did get in at a great time. Like look in hindsight, but. If you get the right time, your seniority holds things that allows you to have a better or more routine or home. You can even get a home every night kind of schedule just by working the yard. You make severely less money, like 1/4 of the money than working the road. But you're home every fucking night, and you only work 5 days a week.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's just challenging, man. Like the work life and the amount that you're willing to or want to or what you're willing to do, like and like everything else in the world. It's like, yeah, being an adult fucking blows.
It does. It doesn't. It does. It has its advantages. You know what I mean? Like I do enjoy like even just like us talking about this now, and it is very like my job is just that. Like it's just a job. It's not my life. I don't want it to be that. I don't want to be the company man. I like that it's like I leave my work at work and I leave my home life at home. You know, like I try not to let either of them affect me. And I don't know, and then I just do what I want. Like I do like just to drink. I like going to shows, you know.
Yeah.
In the summer, I don't like. I like not leaving my house in the wintertime. You know what I mean? Like this is my time to just like be a hermit. January, February, and like I can do that. I'll just go get a case of beer and like order pizza and not leave my house for the fucking 2 months.
I would actually very much like a job like that too, where I'm working in a shop, because I've been, again, like the last 4 or however many years, like I've been working outside every winter.
Yeah.
And the last 2 winters I've been living outside too. So I mean, like, it's like fuck the winter. Like I just want to hang out, make music, drink beer.
Yeah. It's coming though. Like I definitely noticed driving home that the sun is out longer. You know, like it's not pitch black
like
when I get home anymore.
It's like a good hour longer, yeah.
It's nice.
But actually before we go, I just want to give a shout out.
Do it.
To our one and only boy there.
To Dustin.
Oh.
Who's that you?
My personal artwork on the screen.
Nice.
How'd she fit?
Showed up.
Fit like a dream?
Fit.
Yeah.
It's a little thin. We had this talk. It's a little thin.
Little thin?
I prefer a fucking Gildan extra heavy, but...
All right.
That's because I'm an extra heavy kind of boy.
Nice. Very nice.
You know, I don't mind a little pit sweat. Okay, I don't mind like a non-plunging neckline. Okay, no, it's sweet. It's sweet, and I'm like, it showed up quick, and fucking, it looks rad, and the screen printing is like full, and like it's not cheap.
Sweet.
It's not like flaking off, and yeah, it's good.
Good to know.
Yeah, it looks fucking rad too, and you can get it in white if you're.
You can get it in white, yeah. White with red.
So it says I'm never coming out, like, you just gonna be a closet gay the rest of your life?
Climb in the bottle in the top.
Oh.
Dude, it's rancid motherfucker.
Baby.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah.
That's rancid?
Climbing sideways.
It's off the, like, first EP.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, less gay.
Alright, well, thanks, Mike. Appreciate it.
Mm-hmm. I'll wear it next week.
Yeah. Wear it next week.
There you go.
Anyway, let's wrap this fucking Burning the Bridge episode up to, you know, Mike.
From jumping off bridges to burning bridges.
Burning bridges. Burning bridges. We'll be back next week with another show. Download this podcast on all major platforms: iHeartRadio, iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, Spotify, all of them.
All of them.
Thank you, Frontline Fiesta, for the beautiful intro and outro you'll hear in a second. Any last words, fellas?
No.
2020.
Go fuck yourself.
Go fuck yourself, you cuck bitch.
Yeah, fuck you, Dustin.
Yeah,
Fuck you,
fuck
Dustin.
Cuck. Fucking cuck motherfucker.
Alright,
Fucking piece
see you
of
next
shit.
week.
He is a bitch. He's a bitch, and he's got horrible hair. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in this week. We are Pretty Much Experts. You can check us out on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, and YouTube. While you're at it, go have a look at our Facebook page. You can ask an expert any time of day or night, whatever you like. And if you're into it, be sure to like, subscribe, and comment. We want to hear from you, baby. Thanks again, everybody. Tune in next week. We are Pretty Much Experts, and we love you, I guess.